Burkina Faso visa-free captain Ibrahim Traoré dismantles colonial borders. Before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Also, let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from, and what time is it where you are right now? We love seeing how global our community is, and your comments help us reach more viewers just like you. Now let's get into it. What if I told you that one African leader just dismantled colonial-era borders with a single policy? A move so bold, it challenges decades of Western dominance in Africa, and could change the future of the continent forever. Today, we're talking about Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso and his groundbreaking decision to eliminate visa fees for all African travelers. But this isn't just a story about visas. It's a story about power, identity, unity, and the rebirth of Pan-Africanism. So stay with me, because once you hear the details, you'll understand why this moment might be remembered as one of the most important turning points in modern African history. The announcement that shook Africa. On Thursday, after a cabinet meeting led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's government made a stunning declaration. From now on, any citizen of an African country can travel to Burkina Faso without paying visa fees. No more hundreds of dollars wasted just to visit a neighboring state. No more foreign powers, like France, monopolizing visa processes for their former colonies. Now the process is simple. Apply online for security clearance, get approved, and pack your bags for Ouagadougou. But this is more than convenience. It's a symbolic act of liberation, a rejection of colonial-era barriers that were designed to divide Africans from one another. Why this matters? This policy is about more than tourism or paperwork. It's a statement. It's Burkina Faso telling the world, we are no longer asking for permission. We are building our own future. For decades, African leaders under the African Union sang songs of unity, but rarely took real action. Traoré is different. He doesn't wait for approval from Europe, America, or Asia. He acts, and in doing so, he has reignited a powerful idea. Pan-Africanism, the dream of a united Africa, free from outside control. The bigger picture. Burkina Faso isn't acting alone. Together with Mali and Niger, it recently formed the Alliance of Sahel states, pulling out of ECOWAS after being hit with harsh sanctions. Instead of bowing down, these nations doubled down on their mission, a stronger, united Africa. And now, with this visa-free policy, they're extending a hand to every African traveler, even those from countries still inside ECOWAS. It's a masterstroke of diplomacy. While ECOWAS leaders appear divided and submissive to outside powers, the Sahel Alliance is positioning itself as the true defender of African sovereignty. The man behind the policy. But who exactly is Captain Ibrahim Traoré? At just 36 years old, he's one of the youngest heads of state in the world, and perhaps one of the most fearless. He rose to power in September 2022 through a coup, toppling another military leader. That same year, Burkina Faso had already seen 2 coups, a reflection of just how unstable things were. Yet Traoré has managed to transform himself from an unknown officer into a political icon, hailed by many as the torchbearer of Africa's revolutionary spirit. Why? Because he dares to say what others will not. He openly criticizes Western exploitation. He calls for African self-reliance. And he invokes the memory of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso's legendary revolutionary leader, assassinated in 1987. For Africa's young population, over 60% of whom are under 25, Traoré isn't just another politician. He's a symbol of generational change. The trend across Africa, Burkina Faso is not alone in easing travel restrictions. Countries like Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, Seychelles, Benin, and the Gambia have already embraced visa-free travel for Africans. But here's the difference. Most of those announcements were symbolic. Traoré's move is strategic. It comes at a time when Burkina Faso is reclaiming its natural resources from Western corporations, building military alliances with its neighbors, and even proposing a single regional currency, the AES. This isn't just about travel. It's about rewriting the rules of power in Africa. Why this could change everything. Visa-free travel may sound simple, but in Africa it's revolutionary. According to the Africa Visa Openness Index, nearly half of all travel within Africa still requires a visa. Compare that to Europe, where EU citizens move freely across 27 nations. By scrapping fees, Burkina Faso is not only boosting tourism and cultural exchange, it's tearing down one of the biggest barriers to African integration. And perhaps most importantly, Traoré has extended this invitation to all people of African descent worldwide. From the diaspora in the Americas to communities in Europe, anyone with African heritage can now call Burkina Faso a home. A turning point? So what does this all mean? It means the tide may be turning. For the first time in decades, Africa's destiny is being shaped not in Paris, London, or Washington, but in Ouagadougou, Bamako, and Niamey. This isn't just a visa policy. It's a declaration of independence, a rejection of colonialism, and a vision for an Africa that is united, powerful, and free. So I'll ask you this. Do you believe Captain Ibrahim Traoré's move will inspire other African leaders to follow? And could this be the first step toward a truly borderless Africa? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you found this story as groundbreaking as I did, share it. Because the world needs to see what's happening in Burkina Faso. Long live African unity, and long live the spirit of freedom.